Welcome to our deep dive into the world of proboscideans.
Proboscideans.
You know, elephants and their extinct relatives.
Okay, got it.
Ever wondered how elephants got those iconic trunks?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to be taking a journey through millions of years of evolution
Oh, wow.
as we uncover the secrets of these incredible creatures.
I love that.
It's going to be good.
Yeah.
So,
What's really fascinating to me is the sheer diversity
okay.
of proboscideans throughout history.
Yeah.
We often picture elephants roaming the savannah today,
Right?
but their ancestors came in all shapes and sizes
Right,
with
yeah.
some truly bizarre adaptations.
Okay, so you're telling me there were elephants with shovel-like jaws
Yes. What?
and downward-facing tusks.
Uh-huh.
That sounds straight out of a fantasy novel.
And those strange features give us clues about how these animals lived and adapted to their environments.
Whoa.
It's like piecing together a puzzle
Okay.
using fossil evidence to reconstruct their world.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So I'm ready to dive into this prehistoric puzzle.
Let's do it.
Where do we even begin? Such a long and winding evolutionary journey.
Well, we need to start at the beginning.
Okay.
The proboscidean story begins in ancient Africa.
Okay.
Imagine a warm, lush environment millions of years ago
Yeah.
where the earliest ancestors of elephants,
Okay.
like Phosphotherium,
Phosphotherium
Right.
and Numiditherium roamed.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
So these early relatives
Yeah.
were much smaller than modern elephants.
Much smaller, yeah.
I can't picture them towering over the landscape
Yeah.
like the giants we see today.
Think more the size of a large dog
Oh,
or a tapir.
okay, yeah.
And their trunks were just starting to develop.
Oh, really?
More like an elongated upper lip
Huh.
than the versatile trunks we see today.
So no grabbing branches with those early trunks?
Quite.
Even the most iconic features have humble beginnings.
Exactly. Evolution takes time.
And those early trunks were adapted to the challenges those early proboscideans faced in their environment.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
So how did we go from these smaller early forms
right.
to the giants we know today?
Well, that's where the story gets even more interesting.
Okay.
About 35 million years ago, a specific region in Egypt,
Mm-hmm.
the Fayum Depression,
Okay.
became a hotbed for proboscidean evolution.
The Fayum Depression.
It's like a time capsule,
Whoa.
preserving a wealth of fossils that show just how diverse this group was becoming.
Okay. Yeah, I've read about incredible discoveries made there.
Yeah, haven't you?
What kind of proboscideans were found in this fossil treasure trove?
Well, for starters,
Okay.
there's Mortherium.
Mortherium.
For a long time, it was considered a direct ancestor of modern elephants.
Okay.
But that turned out to be a bit of a misconception.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
I thought Mortherium was part of the elephant family tree.
It is part of the family tree,
Okay.
but not directly.
What makes scientists think that it wasn't a direct ancestor?
Mortherium was fascinating,
Okay.
but it had some unique adaptations
Okay.
that suggest it took a different evolutionary path.
Oh.
It was actually more adapted for a semi-aquatic lifestyle.
Like a hippo.
Yeah, imagine a creature that spent a lot of its time in and around water.
Interesting.
More like a hippopotamus than an elephant.
So it was kind of a side branch
Yeah,
on the proboscidean family tree.
exactly.
An interesting cousin, but not a direct ancestor.
That's a great way to put it.
That makes me wonder
Yeah,
if Mortherium wasn't on the direct line
right.
to modern elephants,
Mm-hmm.
which creature takes its place?
A more likely ancestor is Paleomastodon,
Paleomastodon.
another inhabitant of the Fayum.
Okay.
It had a more developed trunk and a larger lower jaw.
So we're starting to see those iconic elephant features emerge.
Yeah.
A more prominent trunk,
Uh-huh.
a stronger jaw.
Yeah.
But did all proboscideans follow this path of bigger trunks and shorter jaws?
Not at all.
Right.
That's what makes this group so captivating.
Ah.
Evolution doesn't always follow a straight line.
Okay.
Sometimes it takes detours and experiments with different forms.
Okay.
And that brings us to one of the most unusual proboscideans,
Okay.
Platybelodon.
Platybelodon.
You've seen pictures of those, haven't you?
I have, yeah. The one with the shovel-like jaw.
Exactly.
That creature looked completely bizarre. What was going on there?
Platybelodon is a perfect example of how proboscideans experimented with different forms.
I can't even imagine.
That flattened lower jaw,
Yeah.
combined with its short trunk, was quite a unique adaptation.
It's hard to imagine how that jaw could have been useful.
I know.
What did scientists initially think Platybelodon used it for?
Early theories suggested it used its lower jaw like a shovel
Oh, really?
to scoop up aquatic plants.
Like a prehistoric backhoe.
Almost like a prehistoric backhoe, yeah.
Wow.
But as paleontologists studied its teeth,
They discovered something surprising.
so those teeth weren't designed for scooping up soft plants.
Wow.
What did they reveal about Platypelodon's diet?
What did they reveal?
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to save that for next time.
No,
Stay tuned to find out.
I'm hooked.
Those teeth tell a different story.
Okay.
They were more suited for stripping bark
Bark.
or cutting through tough vegetation.
Oh, wow.
Imagine it using that broad lower jaw
Yeah.
to scrape bark off trees
Okay.
or to slice through thick stems,
Wow.
almost like a giant pair of shears.
So not a shovel after all.
No.
More like a specialized tool for a very particular diet.
Yeah.
That makes me wonder,
Yeah.
were there other proboscideans with unusual adaptations?
Absolutely.
Apparently.
Another fascinating branch of the Proboscidean family is Dinotherium.
Dinotherium.
This creature was massive
Okay.
with long limbs
Yeah.
and get this
Yeah.
downward curving tusks.
That grew from its lower jaw.
Downward curving tusks.
Uh-huh.
That seems counterintuitive.
I know, right?
What were those used for?
That's still a matter of debate among scientists.
Oh, really?
Some believe those tusks were used to strip bark from trees,
Okay.
while others suggest they were useful for digging up roots,
Oh, interesting.
or even anchoring the animal as it pulled down branches to feed.
So many possibilities.
I know, it's fascinating, isn't it?
It's amazing how much we can learn about these creatures
Yeah.
just by studying their skeletal features.
It is, yeah.
It's like each bone tells a story
Exactly.
about their lives and how they interacted with their world.
Yeah.
And speaking of unique adaptations,
Yes.
we can't forget about the group known as the long-jawed elephants.
The long-jawed elephants?
Think of creatures like Gomphotherium
Right.
and Platypelodon.
Oh, Platypelodon again.
We keep coming back to Platypelodon.
I know, he's a popular one.
He really was a standout in terms of its unusual features.
Yeah, definitely.
What made these long-jawed elephants so successful?
Those elongated lower jaws and tusks
Okay.
likely helped them reach higher vegetation
Oh.
as grasslands expanded across the landscape.
Okay.
Picture them stretching up to grab leaves from tall trees,
Oh, wow.
much like giraffes do today.
Oh, so they were taking advantage of a new food source,
Exactly.
adapting to the changing environment around them.
Yeah.
And they weren't just confined to Africa, were they?
Nope.
Did they spread to other parts of the world?
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
These long-jawed elephants were incredibly successful.
Wow.
They migrated out of Africa,
Oh, wow.
spreading across Eurasia,
Wow.
and even into North America.
No way.
It was the first major Proboscidean migration out of their ancestral homeland.
That's incredible. They really did conquer the world.
Yeah, they did.
But I'm guessing there's a twist to this tale, right?
Of course, there's always a twist.
Didn't these long-jawed giants eventually disappear?
You know me too well.
Yeah.
Despite their success, these long-jawed elephants eventually met their end.
Oh.
As environmental conditions continued to change
right.
and competition from other herbivores increased,
Okay.
their specialized features became a liability.
So what worked in one environment might not work in another.
Exactly.
It's a reminder that even the most successful adaptations have their limits.
Definitely.
So if these long-jawed elephants faded away,
Yeah.
who took their place?
This is where we see a shift
Okay.
towards the features we associate with modern elephants.
Oh.
Some proboscideans adapted to the changing environment by
Mhm.
developing shorter jaws
Yeah.
and, most importantly,
Yeah.
longer, more flexible trunks.
Uh-huh.
The triumph of the trunk starts to take shape.
It seems like that incredible appendage
Mm-hmm.
was the key to their ultimate success.
It really was.
But how did the trunk evolve to be so versatile? What drove those changes?
Well, that shift
Yeah.
was heavily influenced by climate change,
Climate change.
as forests gave way to grasslands. Elephants with longer trunks
Yeah.
and more flexible diets
Mm-hmm.
had a distinct advantage.
Right.
They could reach higher for food,
Okay.
use their trunks to manipulate objects,
Oh,
and even drink water more efficiently.
It's amazing how a single feature could be so adaptable,
I know, right?
giving them an edge in a changing world.
Yeah.
But hold on.
Yeah.
We can't forget about the mastodons.
No, the mastodon.
Where did they fit into this evolutionary saga?
You're right. The mastodons deserve their time in the spotlight.
Okay.
We'll focus on a particularly fascinating one.
Okay.
The American mastodon.
The American mastodon.
Imagine a creature even larger than modern African elephants.
Wow, okay.
Covered in shaggy fur.
Really?
And sporting distinctive teeth adapted for browsing on woody vegetation.
So they were built for the colder climates
Exactly.
of the Pleistocene epoch.
Yeah.
So they were like the woolly mammoths of the elephant world,
Kind of, yeah.
adapted for cold and snowy environments.
Uh-huh.
But what set them apart from other proboscideans,
Right.
like mammoths?
Their teeth were a key difference.
Okay.
Mastodon teeth were designed for crushing and grinding tougher, woodier plants.
So like branches.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
While mammoth teeth were better suited for grazing on grasses.
So they had their own unique dietary niche.
They did.
But if they were so well adapted,
Yeah.
why did they eventually go extinct?
That's a good question.
What led to their demise?
Their extinction was likely a complex story
Okay.
involving a combination of factors.
Okay.
Climate change undoubtedly played a role, as did competition from other herbivores,
Okay.
including mammoths.
Right.
And we can't rule out the impact of human hunting,
Right.
which may have added to the pressure they faced.
It's a reminder that extinction is often a multifaceted event,
Yes, it is.
driven by a web of interconnected factors.
Yeah.
But amidst all these extinctions,
Right.
one lineage managed to persevere and thrive. The true elephants.
The true elephant.
What was their secret to success?
Their success can be attributed to a remarkable set of adaptations,
Like what?
their highly developed trunks,
Okay.
their large size, and their complex social structures
Okay.
allowed them to outcompete other proboscideans
Wow.
and conquer a variety of environments.
From those early ancestors in ancient Africa
Right.
to the majestic elephants we know today,
Mm-hmm.
it's been an incredible journey through evolutionary time.
It really has.
But before we wrap up this part of our deep dives,
Yeah.
I have a question.
Okay, shoot.
We've seen how proboscideans adapted
Mm-hmm.
and overcame challenges for millions of years.
Yeah.
But what about the future?
That's a crucial question to consider,
Yeah.
especially as we delve deeper into
Okay.
the remarkable adaptations of these
Right.
creatures.
Right.
Understanding their evolutionary journey can give us valuable insights
Okay.
into their present-day challenges and help us navigate the path ahead.
It seems like learning from the past
Mm-hmm.
is key to protecting their future.
Exactly.
What are some of the challenges facing elephants today?
Well,
Are their incredible adaptations enough to
Yeah.
ensure their survival in a world increasingly dominated by humans?
that's a big question.
Yeah.
And we'll be exploring it in detail
Okay.
when we return for the final part.
Well, can't wait. So it's almost like looking through a window into the past can help us prepare for the future.
It really can.
So let's shift our focus to those challenges.
Yeah.
What are some of the biggest threats facing elephants today?
Okay.
Are those remarkable adaptations we've been talking about
Yeah.
enough to help them navigate the modern world?
It's a complex situation.
Yeah.
While elephants have proven to be incredibly adaptable over millions of years, the challenges they face today
Okay.
are unprecedented.
Right.
Habitat loss is a major concern.
I was going to say,
As human populations expand,
right.
we're encroaching upon their habitats,
Yeah.
fragmenting their ranges,
Well,
and disrupting their natural migration patterns.
that makes sense.
This leads to increased human-elephant conflict,
Uh-huh.
which can be devastating for both sides.
It's heartbreaking to think of these magnificent creatures
I know.
losing their homes
Yeah.
and facing conflict with humans.
It is, yeah.
And of course, we can't forget about the poaching crisis.
Oh, absolutely not.
The demand for ivory continues to threaten elephant populations around the world.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The illegal ivory trade
Right.
remains a persistent challenge.
Yeah.
Despite international efforts to combat it,
Mhm.
it's a stark reminder
Yeah.
of the devastating consequences of human greed
Right.
and the urgent need for stronger conservation measures.
It paints a rather bleak picture.
It does a little, yeah.
Are there any other threats we should be aware of? Is climate change impacting elephants as well?
Yes, climate change is another emerging threat. As temperatures rise and weather patterns become more unpredictable,
Okay.
elephants face increased risks of drought,
Right.
food shortages, and disease outbreaks.
Oh, wow.
These challenges are further compounded by habitat loss and fragmentation,
Yeah.
making it even harder for them to adapt.
It seems like elephants are facing a perfect storm of challenges.
It does seem that way, yeah.
But are there any glimmers of hope in this seemingly dire situation?
There is hope.
Okay.
There are dedicated individuals and organizations around the world
Really?
working tirelessly to protect elephants and their habitats.
That's amazing.
Conservation efforts are focusing on a multifaceted approach,
Oh, okay.
including habitat preservation, anti-poaching initiatives, community engagement,
Right.
and raising awareness about the plight of elephants.
It's inspiring to hear about those fighting on the front lines
It is,
to
yeah.
safeguard these incredible animals.
Yeah.
But what can everyday people like us do to help?
There are several things you can do.
Okay, good.
Supporting reputable conservation organizations
Okay.
through donations or volunteering
Uh-huh.
is a great way to make a tangible impact.
I see.
Even spreading awareness
Right.
about the challenges facing elephants
Yeah.
and educating others can make a difference.
And of course, being responsible consumers is crucial.
Right.
Making sure we don't purchase products made from ivory or other endangered species
Yeah.
can help reduce demand and combat the illegal wildlife trade.
Exactly. Every action we take,
Right.
no matter how small,
Yeah.
can contribute to the larger effort to protect these magnificent creatures for generations to come.
That's a good point.
It's important to remember that elephants play a vital role in their ecosystems.
Yeah.
They're not just charismatic megafauna.
Okay.
They're essential for maintaining biodiversity
Yeah.
and healthy ecosystems.
You mentioned earlier that elephants are often called ecosystem engineers.
Oh, yes.
Can you tell us more about what that means?
Yeah, sure.
And why their role in the ecosystem is so important?
Elephants are like the architects of their environment.
Wow.
Their feeding habits, for example,
Okay.
create clearings in dense forests,
Wow, right.
allowing sunlight to reach the forest floor and promoting the growth of new vegetation.
So that's good for the plants.
It is, yeah.
Right.
This benefits a wide range of other species
Okay.
by creating habitats and fostering plant diversity.
So they're almost like natural gardeners,
That's a great way to put it.
shaping the environment around them
Yeah,
and making it more hospitable for other species.
absolutely.
And their role in seed dispersal is equally important.
It is, yeah.
They consume large quantities of fruit and vegetation.
Right.
And as they move across vast distances,
Mhm.
they deposit seeds through their dung.
And that helps to regenerate forests and spread plant diversity across the landscape.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's incredible how these massive creatures
I know, right?
play such a vital role in maintaining the delicate balance of their ecosystems.
It is amazing.
Their loss would have ripple effects throughout the natural world,
Yeah, absolutely.
impacting countless other species.
Yeah,
It highlights why elephant conservation is so crucial.
it does.
Protecting elephants is about more than just saving a single species.
Right.
It's about preserving the intricate web of life that sustains us all.
Absolutely.
It's a powerful reminder
Yeah.
of the interconnectedness of all living things
It is.
and the responsibility we have to protect biodiversity.
Mm-hmm.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the world of proboscideans,
Yeah.
what's the one message you hope our listeners take away from this journey through time?
I would say this. The story of elephants
Okay.
is a testament to the power of adaptation and the interconnectedness of life.
Right.
But it's also a story of resilience in the face of adversity.
I like that.
Their future depends on our actions,
Yeah.
on our willingness to protect them,
Absolutely.
and the habitats they call home.
It's a call to action, a reminder that we have a responsibility to protect these magnificent creatures
Yeah.
and the ecosystems they help sustain.
Right.
To our listeners,
Yeah.
we encourage you to continue exploring the fascinating world of proboscideans.
I second that.
Their story is one of wonder, adaptation,
Mm-hmm.
and a reminder that the choices we make today
Yeah.
will determine their fate tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Let's work together to ensure that the triumph of the trunk continues for millions of years to come.
I'm in.